Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another first Descendant video. Right here, I'm showing you my favorite weapon in the game, hands down, not just because I've been enjoying Lepic, but this enduring legacy is the Tamer gamer's worst nightmare. That's right, all the Tamer gamers that invested in their Tamer through their normal mode playthroughs and got to hard mode, and then all of a sudden they're like, why isn't this gun doing anything? Well, it's okay. That gun's great, but this is better. The bigger, badder Tamer. This is enduring legacy. It's amazing. I just spent my final materials and got the 4 golds. We got fire attack, firearm crit hit damage, firearm attack, and crit hit rate. The reason why we want to build into the crit is because it just got a huge buff with the new latest update. It gave us more crit rate, and guess what? There's a lot of Enzos floating around, and there's a lot of Valbies floating around because it's all coming together now. We're starting to use some high DPS builds. Ultimate Valby just released. Enzo's buff and glaze. Well, I want to get buffed. We're using this. You guys know the Lepic, right? If someone uses this weapon like an Enzo or anyone and shoots a boss with this weapon, and then the Mega Man comes up, that's night. This is huge. The unique ability does scale, so yeah, I went and grabbed 5 of them. Good luck getting the blueprint. Oh boy, it's tough. So let's look what it does. I have no drop off start to end. That's great. On hit, attribute status effect trigger rate is 6%. You could also put that on your weapon if you want, but I'll explain why the fire attack. So quenching procs when you hit the enemy, increase status effect trigger rate corresponding to the elements of fire, chill, electric, toxic. Now you're probably asking, Clyde, can I throw some of these on it besides fire on my mods? You can, but it might affect the intrinsic perk. On hitting a burned enemy, increase firearm attack and apply this buff to the attack. This is why I stuck with fire. When we come down here, the duration on quenching is 0.4 seconds, but I get a stack of 50, and per stack, fire resistance is 0.8%. So you get that up to 50, juicing. You remove any resistances a boss has to fire, night. Also works great in dungeons, melts bosses. Then the fire resist is -5%, but this is where it ramps up. On hitting an enemy inflicted with burn, your firearm attack goes up by 11%. So the way I understand this is the higher your firearm attack is on the weapon, the more that we're going to scale with our fire mods. So if we get more firearm attack here and we stay away from mods to put on the weapon to drop the firearm attack, we're going to get more of a burn. That's just how I understand it. If I'm saying it wrong, it's okay. So let's go over the mods. Screenshot, hurry up, screenshot, end the video. We know that. Action and reaction. Duh. We get the firearm attack. We don't really care about the recoil. The gun's pretty much easy to control, but if we make it any worse, it might be bad. Rifling reinforcement, again, another one. You're never going to take this off. It's a free 32%. Better insight. Can they build into that higher crit? We're going to do expand weapon charge to get more rounds in the magazine. I took the 49% over concentrate support ammo simply because I wanted the more rounds, but you could play into more crit there if you'd like. Better concentration to get that critical hit damage. And here's where we get funky with it. We're adding fire enhancement so that all those traits that I just read on the weapon get an additional fire attack equal to 30% of my firearm attack. Remember, this DPS number, put a big X on it, it don't matter. The million DPS on Reddit, that guy did good. I should have put it on the thumbnail. So for some reason with fire enhancement, then we stack it with fire priority, which adds fire attack 50%. And you're probably like, well, Clyde, reload modifier. Oh, 30%, it takes forever. Hey guys, when you're reloading this, wait until it loads the cartridge and roll, and you cancel the animation. Gee, Clyde, thanks for the tip. Back to the action. Fire rate concentration, we're getting the 20% fire rate, and we're getting the firearm critical hit damage at 6.5%. But you're probably like, why aren't you running fire rate up? The reason why is it's only 5% higher, so it's not a big deal. And then lastly, concentration priority, firearm critical hit damage plus 120%, and that reload time modifier you don't have to worry about because you're going to be rolling through that reload like I just showed. Last mod, you're probably like, Clyde, why aren't you running real life fighter? I'm old, I'm going to miss my shots, I don't want to reset it, I don't want to lose stacks, I'm not these guys that are just hitting perfect shots with a machine gun, you know? I need divinity or something. We're running mental focus because we have 171 bullets in the magazine. If you run a different mod setup, you might have even more mag. You're going to lose 10% fire rate, but when you fire the firearm, the attack goes up 1%, 2 seconds, up to 150 stacks. So if you're just sitting there shooting the gun, it's going to keep going and going and going. And it's nice. And it's just flat damage, so you don't have to like worry about missing. If you want to run real life fighter, you can. I also tried out the fire mod and it didn't do anything. I didn't really understand why it didn't work that well. And that mod I'm talking about is fire conductor. For some reason, it just didn't work good. I thought I was going to play better, but it didn't. So don't run it. Don't run sharp precision shot because it's You lose 20% fire rate and it's too crazy. So now we're going to talk about Clyde. Why fire priority and why fire enhancement when the same socket here I can put on edging shot. The reason why is I think this gun is being a little weird with the firearm attack. Losing 15% of your firearm attack and then scaling down the fire damage, I just think it has a lot to do with it. So I'm going to pull up a clip right here and show you something. So you got to remember, you cannot test stuff in testing facilities on those enemies because they're very annoying and they move. So this is going to be a real life scenario. This is going to be on a boss, our favorite boss that has no freaking health. Now remember, this is edging shot. We're trying to create this like a real arena where you're hitting your shots, you're standing still, you're trying to take out crits. Yes, you're going to miss some shots. That's okay. I mean, the boss moves. Like, what are you supposed to do? But here is a good demonstration of hitting 3 crits non-stop, and that is a full waste of the ammo. We can all agree that was pretty fair. Only limited shots missed, correct? Now we're going to look at our damage. Remember, this is tested in a real scenario, so let's see what our numbers were with edging shot. We're currently at 8.6 million. Really good, right? So now we're going to show you what happens when you add the fire priority mod that I was telling you. DPS starts, as you see here, still trying to get those shots, trying to make sure the boss doesn't hide from you. Had to switch to the other knee there because it was kind of annoying. Man, kind of missed some shots there. Oh boy, I think we missed a lot of shots, chat. Wait, do you guys see something? You guys see something? You guys see the health bar? Wait a minute, he missed more shots there and it was sloppy toppy. But what's going on with the health bar? Hits more damage. Sloppy toppy, okay? 8.9. And it was sloppy, and that's okay. But this gun is weird, and it scales with fire. By the way, we did this test like 10 times, trying to hit perfect shots the best we could. And trust me, putting the fire on the weapon just does better. I think it has something to do with edging shot, dropping the firearm attack. So again, you can use whatever you like. So back to what we were talking about. I'm just sitting here telling you, you don't have to run these mods. You can run whatever you want and test some stuff. I wasted some catalyst. I tested some stuff out. This was what fits my play style the most. And also, I can use this setup on any character. This is not built for an Enzo. This is not built for anything. I'm using this on my new Valve build. It's just used for everyday play. You don't have to switch nothing up. You go into a dungeon, you clap cheeks. You go into a boss, you clap cheeks. This thing is insane. I was actually using this on Tony, the final boss, with Lepic on the final boss, a crit resistant boss. Everyone's like, Mega Man's not going to do nothing. I did 2 ults and I did a full clip of Enduring Legacy on that final shot, and I put upwards of 60+ million. It's insane. If you want to farm this weapon, I recommend going to the access info and typing in Enduring Legacy and trying to see what your chances are of getting this. If you see an Enduring Legacy polymer blueprint, well, let's type that in. Now we have 5 chances to get it. What's the highest percentage chance of getting it? We have 20, we have 10, we have 20, we have 10, we have 20. Please don't be the guy that goes and farms for the 10% and says, Clyde, I can't get this to drop. But for the 20s, make sure you search every single part in this access info to make sure that you're getting the highest percent. Once you get to this blueprint, you're going to not like yourself, because this thing almost made me rage. Yep. And I can already tell you it was this pattern right here. Look at how juicy this pattern is. 059. We get a cell phone energy activator at 10%. Enduring Legacy blueprint. The ultimate Lepic, the Python. This is stacked. This 059 is juiced. You guys should go do it. It's really easy to get, but that's how you're going to get your blueprint, your other stuff. Just please, I just wanted to show you, make sure you're looking up what you're farming for. Don't just go do some low percentage. See people do it all the time. Other than that, enjoy the weapon. This thing's beast. I love it. I'm going to be using it nonstop. Hopefully we can find more ways to break the game. Up next, I think I'm going to go for the Perforator and the Afterglow. Maybe Gsxrclyde. Who knows? But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.